Everything begins in the mind. The way you think will determine the direction of your life. If your thoughts are weak, your actions will be weak. If your mind is filled with doubt, hesitation, and excuses, you will never rise above mediocrity. But if you train your mind to think powerfully, to see possibility where others see failure, to push forward when others retreat, then nothing will be impossible for you. The truth is, most people are prisoners of their own thoughts. They live their lives trapped by fear, conditioned by failure, and held back by the limitations they impose on themselves. They don't even realize that their thinking is the very thing keeping them stuck. But the ones who break free, the ones who rise above, those are the individuals who have mastered the way they think. You have to understand that your mind is constantly being programmed. Every single day, your beliefs are being shaped by the things you see, the words you hear, and the thoughts you entertain. If you allow negativity to take root, if you allow fear to control your decisions, if you let past failures dictate your future, you will never move forward. But if you take control of your thoughts, if you choose to think differently, to believe in your power, to see yourself as unstoppable, everything will change. The world will not hand you success. No one is coming to save you. If you want to rise, if you want to become someone great, you must train yourself to think like a winner. The problem is that most people are ruled by their emotions. They allow temporary feelings to dictate their long-term decisions. One moment they are motivated, the next they are doubting themselves. One day they believe they can do it, the next they are questioning everything. This cycle of inconsistency destroys potential. But those who understand the power of their mind, those who take full control of their thoughts, those are the ones who separate themselves from the rest. You must understand that thoughts are not just random. They have power. They create momentum. A strong mind produces strong actions. A weak mind produces weak results. Some people go through life waiting for the perfect moment, waiting for a sign, waiting for things to get easier. But life doesn't work that way. The ones who achieve greatness are those who create their own opportunities. They don't wait for things to change. They change themselves first. And that starts with how they think. If you train your mind to think correctly, if you discipline yourself to reject weak thoughts, if you condition yourself to believe in your potential no matter what, then you will rise. No question about it. The reason most people never reach their full potential is because they allow external circumstances to control their internal world. They look at their failures and assume they aren't capable. They listen to negative people and start believing in their doubts. They let fear dictate their choices, and as a result, they remain stuck. But the ones who win in life refuse to let their thoughts be controlled by anything other than their vision, their mission, their belief in themselves. They don't let failure define them. They don't let obstacles break them. They train their minds to see challenges as stepping stones, not roadblocks. Every successful person you admire has mastered their mind. They have learned how to think correctly. They don't dwell on problems. They focus on solutions. They don't let fear stop them. They use it as fuel to push forward. They don't waste time making excuses. They take full responsibility for their destiny. And that is the difference between those who succeed and those who spend their lives wishing they had. You must make a decision today to take full control of your mind. No more negative thinking. No more waiting. No more doubting yourself. Train your mind to expect greatness. Train your mind to overcome anything. Train your mind to be unstoppable. Because when you control your thoughts, you control your future. Weak and negative thinking is the silent killer of potential. It creeps into the mind unnoticed, planting doubt, hesitation, and fear until it completely paralyzes you. It makes you second-guess your abilities, overanalyze opportunities, and stay stuck in the same cycle of mediocrity. Most people don't even realize it's happening. They think their thoughts are just realistic or practical, when in reality they are sabotaging their own success. You cannot afford to think like the average person. You cannot afford to entertain weak thoughts, because every time you allow negativity to take control, you are taking one step further from the life you are capable of living. Look around and you'll see the results of weak thinking everywhere. People settle for less than they deserve. They give up before they even start. They blame circumstances, make excuses, and convince themselves that success is only for other people. But the truth is, the only difference between those who succeed and those who don't is the way they think. Weak minds see obstacles as stop signs. Strong minds see them as stepping stones. Negative thinkers find reasons why something won't work. Winners find ways to make it happen. And that all starts in the mind. You must become ruthless when it comes to eliminating weak thoughts. The moment doubt enters your mind, you shut it down. The second fear tries to hold you back, you push forward anyway. The instant you hear that little voice saying, maybe I'm not good enough, you replace it with, I am more than capable. This is not a game. Your mind is the battleground, and you have to fight for the life you want. If you allow weak thoughts to control you, they will destroy every opportunity before you even take action. But if you train your mind to think with power, confidence, and certainty, then there is nothing, absolutely nothing, that can stop you. Negativity is like a disease. It spreads if you don't eliminate it. If you constantly expose yourself to negative people, negative environments, and negative thoughts, don't be surprised when your life is filled with negativity. You cannot afford to let those influences take hold of your mind. Protect your energy. Guard your thoughts like your life depends on it, because it does. The most successful people in the world are not necessarily the smartest, the strongest, or the most talented. They are simply the ones who refuse to allow negative thinking to control them. They don't waste time on self-doubt. They don't entertain thoughts of failure. They don't let fear stop them. They move forward no matter what. Think about how much time and energy you have wasted doubting yourself. Think about the opportunities you have missed because you hesitated. Think about how different your life would be if instead of giving in to fear, you had pushed through it. That hesitation, that doubt, that negativity, it has been holding you back for far too long. You cannot allow it to continue. From this moment forward, weak thinking is no longer an option. When fear comes, you face it. When doubt tries to creep in, you crush it. When negativity tries to take over, you shut it down immediately. This is the mindset of winners. This is the thinking that builds champions. Most people have no idea how much control they actually have over their own thoughts. They believe that if a negative thought appears, they have to accept it. But that's a lie. You have the power to choose what you focus on. You have the ability to reject thoughts that do not serve you. Just because a thought enters your mind does not mean it belongs there. You are the master of your mind, and it's time you start acting like it. If you want to win in life, you must eliminate every thought that weakens you. No more second guessing. No more waiting for the perfect moment. No more allowing fear to dictate your decision. You must develop a zero tolerance policy for weak thinking, because the moment you take full control of your thoughts, you take full control of your future. Discipline is the foundation of a powerful mind. Without it, your thoughts will be scattered, your emotions will control you, and your actions will be inconsistent, and inconsistency is the death of progress. Most people live their lives like a leaf in the wind, blown around by circumstances, reacting to whatever happens, never taking control. But the ones who rise, the ones who achieve greatness, have one thing in common. They have trained their minds to be disciplined, unshakable, and focused. They do not allow temporary emotions to dictate their actions. They do what needs to be done, no matter how they feel. Your mind must be trained just like a muscle. You don't wake up one day with a strong mindset. You build it through repetition, through struggle, through pushing yourself beyond your limits. Every single day you are either strengthening your mind or allowing it to weaken. And here's the truth. Weak minds make weak decisions. Weak decisions lead to weak actions, and weak actions produce weak results. If you want to change your life, you must first change how you think. You must take control of your thoughts with the same level of discipline that an athlete trains their body. Most people fail because they are slaves to their emotions. They do things only when they feel like it. They wait for motivation. They wait for inspiration. They wait until the conditions are perfect. But the ones who win don't wait. They act. They have trained themselves to move forward no matter how they feel, because discipline is doing what needs to be done even when you don't want to do it. That's the difference between those who succeed and those who make excuses. It's not about talent. It's not about luck. It's about consistency. It's about showing up every single day and doing what is necessary no matter what. You cannot afford to let your emotions control your life. Feelings are temporary, but discipline is permanent. There will be days when you don't feel like putting in the work. There will be moments when doubt creeps in, when your mind tells you to slow down, when everything in you wants to quit, but that is when discipline takes over. That is when you push through, when you override your emotions, when you prove to yourself that you are in control. Not your feelings, not your fears, not your doubts. This is why so many people never achieve what they truly want. They rely on motivation, but motivation fades. They depend on excitement, but excitement wears off. The only thing that lasts, the only thing that guarantees success is discipline. You must train yourself to do what needs to be done, whether you feel like it or not. And the more you do this, the stronger your mind becomes. The stronger your mind becomes, the more unstoppable you become. Most people don't realize that mental discipline is a choice. You don't just have it, you develop it. Every single day you have a choice. Strengthen your mind or allow it to weaken. Discipline is built through action. It's built through pushing past resistance. It's built through doing the hard things when you don't want to do them. And every time you choose discipline over comfort, every time you choose action over excuses, you are training your mind to become unshakable. The greatest warriors, the greatest leaders, the greatest minds in history all understood this truth. They knew that success is not about luck or talent or even intelligence. It is about mastering your own mind. It is about refusing to be controlled by fear, by laziness, by self-doubt. It is about developing the discipline to do what is necessary every single day, no matter how hard it gets. Discipline is what separates the ordinary from the extraordinary. It is the difference between those who dream and those who achieve. It is the key that unlocks your full potential. And once you have mastered your mind, once you have trained yourself to be disciplined in your thoughts, your actions, your habits, nothing will be able to stop you.
Winners think differently. They see the same challenges, the same setbacks, the same struggles as everyone else. But instead of breaking, they find a way forward. They don't look for excuses. They look for solutions. They don't allow failure to define them. They use it as fuel. This is the mindset of success, and it is the single most important thing that separates those who achieve from those who only wish they could. Because in life, you don't get what you want. You get what you are prepared to fight for. And if your mindset is weak, you will break under pressure. If your mindset is fragile, you will let fear stop you. If your mindset is undisciplined, you will never push past the resistance that stands between you and everything you are capable of becoming. The truth is, most people are programmed to fail before they even start. They have been conditioned to believe in limitations, to see obstacles as barriers instead of stepping stones. They have been taught to fear risk, to avoid discomfort, to stay within the confines of what feels safe and familiar. But that kind of thinking will never lead to greatness. If you want to succeed at the highest level, you must rewire your mind. You must break free from the weak mentality that keeps most people stuck and adopt the mindset of a warrior. Unshakable, unstoppable, relentless. Everyday life will test you. It will put obstacles in your way to see if you are serious about your goals. It will challenge you. It will push you. It will try to break you. And most people fold under that pressure. They take the easy way out. They blame circumstances. They complain. They look for someone to rescue them. But the ones who win in life do not ask for an easier road. They become stronger. They develop the mental toughness to endure anything, to push through any setback, to keep going when everything in them wants to quit. That is the mindset of success. You have to understand that failure is not the enemy. Struggle is not the enemy. Fear is not the enemy. The only real enemy is a weak mind that cannot handle these things. Because failure is a lesson. The struggle is a teacher. Fear is a test. And the ones who succeed are not the ones who never fall. They are the ones who get back up every single time, stronger than before. You cannot let a single moment of defeat define you. You cannot let a temporary setback make you believe that you are incapable. Every challenge is an opportunity to prove how badly you want it. Some people spend their entire lives waiting for the perfect moment, waiting for circumstances to be right, waiting until they feel ready. But that moment will never come. The ones who succeed are the ones who act regardless of how they feel. They do not wait for confidence. They build it through action. They do not wait for motivation. They create it through discipline. They do not wait for the perfect opportunity. They take whatever they have and make it work. That is the mindset that wins. You must stop thinking like the average person. You must stop looking at life through the lens of limitation. There is no obstacle that cannot be overcome. There is no setback that cannot be turned into a lesson. There is no failure that has the power to stop you, unless you allow it to. The only thing standing between you and the life you want is your mindset. Change that and everything else will follow. The people who make history, the people who change the world, the people who reach the highest levels of success, all have one thing in common. They refuse to let their minds be controlled by fear, by doubt, by weakness. They made a decision to think differently, to see every challenge as an opportunity, to refuse to give up no matter how hard it got. That is the mindset of champions. That is the mindset of success. And once you adopt it, there is nothing that can stop you. Correct thinking is not random. It is not something that just happens. It is intentional, disciplined, and built on a solid foundation. The way you think determines the way you live. The problem is that most people never take the time to train their minds to think correctly. They allow their thoughts to be shaped by circumstances, by fear, by doubt, by the opinions of others. And as a result, they live a life of confusion, hesitation, and inconsistency. But the ones who win, those who achieve at the highest level, think in a way that is clear, confident, and consistent. Clarity is the first step. If your mind is full of distractions, full of conflicting thoughts, full of self-doubt, you will never move forward with power. A mind that lacks clarity is like a ship without a compass. It drifts, it hesitates, it never reaches its destination. You must know exactly what you want, exactly what you are fighting for, exactly what you are willing to sacrifice to make it happen. When your vision is clear, your decisions become easy. You stop wasting time on things that don't serve your purpose. You stop entertaining distractions. You stop second-guessing yourself. A clear mind is a powerful mind, and a powerful mind creates a powerful life. Confidence is the fuel that drives action. Without it, you will hesitate, you will doubt, you will hold yourself back. And here's the truth, confidence is not something you were born with. It is built. It is developed through repetition, through discipline, through proving to yourself that you are capable. Most people wait for confidence before they take action, but that's backward. Confidence comes from taking action. It comes from pushing through fear. It comes from doing what needs to be done even when you don't feel ready. Every time you step up, every time you push forward, every time you take control, you are reinforcing a mindset of strength. And the stronger your mind becomes, the more unstoppable you become. Consistency is what separates those who achieve from those who only dream. It is not enough to have moments of greatness. It is not enough to think powerfully once in a while. You must train your mind to think correctly every single day. You must program yourself to operate at a high level, no matter what is happening around you, because life will test you. There will be days when things don't go your way. There will be moments when everything feels like it's falling apart. The winners don't allow circumstances to dictate their mindset. They don't allow setbacks to break their focus. They think correctly, consistently, no matter what. And because of that, they keep moving forward when others quit. Most people fail because they lack one of these three things. They lack clarity, so they never know what they truly want. They lack confidence, so they hesitate instead of taking action. They lack consistency, so they start strong but never follow through. But when you put all three together, clarity, confidence, and consistency, you create a mind that is unshakable. You create a mindset that refuses to lose. You create a force that nothing can stop. Every time you allow confusion into your mind, you weaken yourself. Every time you allow doubt to control your actions, you lose momentum. Every time you break your own discipline, you make it easier to quit the next time. This is why correct thinking is a choice. It is a habit. It is something you commit to every single day, no matter how you feel, no matter what happens around you. And once you master this, you will begin to operate at a level that most people can't even comprehend. You must take control of your thoughts. You must filter out the noise. You must train your mind to think with power, with focus, with absolute certainty. Because when you think correctly, you act correctly. When you act correctly, you move with confidence. And when you move with confidence, success is inevitable. There comes a moment when you have to decide who you are going to be. A moment when you stop hesitating. Stop second-guessing. Stop allowing fear to control your actions. A moment when you make the choice to rise, to step into your power, to become the person you were meant to be. And that choice starts in the mind. If you want to be great, if you want to achieve at the highest level, you must think, act, and live like a champion. You cannot afford to think like the average person. You cannot afford to entertain weak thoughts, to live in hesitation, to operate at half capacity. Champions don't think that way. Champions don't move that way. Champions are relentless, disciplined, and focused. And if you want to win, you must train yourself to operate the same way. Everything you do, every action you take, every decision you make, it all stems from the way you think. Most people never reach their full potential because they never take control of their minds. They let distractions pull them away from their goals. They let emotions dictate their decisions. They let failure convince them to stop trying. But those who rise, those who succeed, those who separate themselves from the rest, they train their minds to be unshakable. They refuse to let temporary setbacks define them. They refuse to waste time on things that don't serve their purpose. They refuse to let doubt, fear, or weakness have any place in their thinking. They move with certainty, with confidence, with absolute conviction. You must decide right now that nothing will stop you. You must decide that you will no longer let circumstances control you. You must decide that no matter how hard it gets, no matter how many obstacles stand in your way, no matter how many times you fall, you will keep moving forward. Champions do not wait for motivation. They do not wait for the perfect conditions. They do not wait for someone to tell them they are good enough. They get up and make it happen day after day, with or without validation, with or without recognition, with or without anyone believing in them. Because champions do not need permission to be great. They decide it for themselves. Some people spend their whole lives wishing, hoping, waiting for something to change. But wishing is not enough. Hope is not enough. Waiting will get you nowhere. Action is what separates those who succeed from those who never even start. You must condition yourself to take action, to move forward, to do what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it, even when it's uncomfortable, even when it seems impossible. That is the difference between those who dream and those who achieve. That is the difference between those who make excuses and those who make history. The moment you decide to think, act, and live like a champion, everything changes. Your perspective shifts. Your confidence grows. Your ability to push through adversity becomes second nature. You stop waiting. You stop hesitating. You stop looking for an easy way out. You become the kind of person who refuses to back down, who refuses to break, who refuses to quit. That is the mindset that wins. That is the mindset that builds legacies. This is not about talent. This is not about luck. This is about mastering yourself. This is about developing the discipline, the mental toughness, the relentless drive to keep going no matter what. Because in the end, champions are not the ones who had it easy. They are the ones who refuse to give up. They are the ones who push past every obstacle, every setback, every failure, and kept moving forward. And if you train yourself to think like them, if you train yourself to act like them, if you train yourself to live like them, then nothing can stop you.